Behold, finally, a good movie. At long last, after watching Crow, Trap, and unfortunately Joker 2, I made my way out to cinemas for finally a good time. The Wild Robot is the newest DreamWorks movie. And dog, I don't know. DreamWorks is just on an absolute roll recently. We got Puss in Boots 2. I don't remember what was after that. I think it was the Trolls movie. It was fine. I thought it was actually it was fun. It was a fun movie. Do not skewer me in the comments, please. But yes, The Wild Robot is absolutely worth seeing. It's based off of a book. I forgot the author, but I'll put the book right here. And I know it's the sort of story that we've seen a million times. It's a fish out of water story. Obviously, you throw a robot into the middle of nature and then shenanigans happen. So what makes the story good? Well, it's not even necessarily just the story itself, but it's the art style. The art style is just so good. It's so gorgeous. The whole thing is like one of those dotted paintings where you take a paintbrush and you like dot to make everything, whatever that's called. It's like that for like the entire movie. But the robot has this sort of contrast to it where nature is very soft. All the techy parts of the robot are very harsh and bright. Little things that you notice while watching the film. Now, I did watch this in 3D, so my only complaint is it did give me a headache. Then again, I am 26 years old watching The Wild Robot, meant for little kids. So yes, it probably will give me a headache regardless, but not as bad as Despicable Me 4. That one I had a migraine after. Now, aside from the visuals, for the story itself, we have this robot basically gets lost from a cargo shipment unit. Robot wakes up, it wants to help people out. It's sort of like a mobile Alexa, if you will. It can't communicate with anyone, so it kind of just chills for a little bit, learns the animal language. And this was the part that I was actually the most worried about, because the first trailer to ever come out, there was no talking. So I was really excited for it in terms of like, oh, this is going to be like a nature, beautiful documentary of sorts. And then all of a sudden I see that it's voice casted. And I'm like, we got to get Awkwafina as the bird, Will Ferrell as the robot. Like, no. But no, the voice cast does a tremendous job in this film. And now I cannot see this film in any other light. If it didn't have the voice acting that it did, it would completely ruin the film, as they did such an amazing job. As I said before with the bird, we basically have this story. The robot hatches this bird. The bird thinks that it's its mother. Turns out it becomes the runt of the litter after the robot actually squashed the rest of the family. So the robot has to in turn take care of this little bird and help it fly east or whatever before wintertime. But it slowly starts slipping in this little story of motherhood. Now, granted, I'm clearly not one of motherhood, but even then I still got a little bit of a tear running down my eye. It's a god-tier movie you just have to see for yourself. Even if it's just once in the background, you'll still have beautiful visuals to look at. I'm going to give it a solid 4 out of 5.